Hi guys, I just wanted to do a really quick video to talk to you about my Holborn and to show you what's inside it. So recently on Facebook, Belen and Kent have been talking about how they took the rings out of their Filofax. I can't remember which one Belen used, but Kent used Pocket Oakham. And this is my wine personal Holborn, which had broken rings when I got it. The middle ring of the bottom half was higher on one side than the other, so the papers would snag. So I didn't really mind taking the rings out of it. I wouldn't on a ring mechanism that was fine, was not broken. So the fact that it was broken meant that it sort of gave me permission in my mind to take the rings out and use it to hold a bound notebook. This is a Paper Thinks notebook, and it's the right size. It wouldn't be the preference that I would have picked if I had a choice, but unfortunately the size of notebook that would fit in a personal size Filofax is really limited. I think CIAK, I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, do one in the right size, and so do paper blanks, they're midi size, and then this one. So I would have preferred one in a grid. This has got lines, but fortunately they are narrow lines, which I prefer, but I would have preferred squared paper. Anyway, so my dad took the ring mechanism out, and it left two, I don't think you'll be able to see them, two rivety things sticking up which are sharp. So I put some duct tape over them, but that wasn't holding still. So what I did was I made this piece of cardboard through the back. So it goes in the pocket under here and in the pocket under here, and it was actually a white piece of cardboard, and then I glued a pretty piece of scrapbooking paper over the top. So that sort of disguises the fact that there are these two rivets sticking up, and also will protect the notebook from getting too damaged by them. I have some receipts in the pocket here, and this is the reason why I love the Holborn. I loved it when I used it as an actual Filofax for its pockets, and now I love the fact that I can have a bound notebook with all these beautiful pockets. So I can put whatever I like in there. I've got the credit card pockets, which I don't use for credit cards. I've got a couple of cards. I'm going to carry this Filofaxy card with me so that if anybody is interested in stuff like that, I can give them the card. I've got plenty of spares. And I've got my NHS donor card and some post-it notes. I have my monthly grid calendar, which is going to go in every single planner. If I switch out a planner, it will go with me into whatever I switch it into. So if I'm in my Midori, my Vanderspec, an A5, anything like that, it will fit. So that is my one consistent planning tool. And then I've got the actual notebook. I have washi taped a postcard on the front because when I was using my Vanderspec, I asked my mum to buy me some postcards that I could use as dividers, but obviously I don't use dividers with this one, but I still want to use the postcards, so I'm going to switch them out to whichever one I like at the moment. But unfortunately the washi tape doesn't really hold up on this type of cover, so I'm going to have to find a way to put it more temporarily onto here because more permanently onto here, because I'm worried it will fall off, but still not glue it permanently because I'll switch out every week or so. And I trimmed the back cover of the notebook so that it would fit in the pocket of the Holborn better, but the notebook still sticks out. As you can see that it does stick out, which I don't mind because from the back you can't see it, but from the front I think it's because the rivets push the spine so that it doesn't sit flush. But I've covered the edge with washi tape, so I don't mind that, and I think what I'm going to do is I will get some tags like this, some sticky flaggy things, and if I have a to-do that I really need to do, I'll stick it there so that when the notebook is closed I can see it sticking out and I can think, oh, I've got to make sure I do that today, so that even with a closed book sitting on my desk at work, I know there's something important to do, and so that will stick out, and then I can just store it on the inside of the cover. I'll give you a quick overview of what's inside. So it's kind of bullet journal style, not in the way I organise my to-dos. I will adopt the bullet journal to-dos on a daily basis if I fill up that daily slot in my diary, but the way I'm saying bullet journal style is there's no sections, it's just one page after another after another after another, and I'll show you that in a minute. So I've got a bit of a key here because I'm developing the colour coding that will be along the edge of the pages. I've got the next 3 weeks diary in here, which is the rest of March. I colour code because I thought about not colour coding, but then I thought, no, I'm just gonna, my brain doesn't function without colour coding. And I've washi taped in a piece of A6 grid paper. This is the format that I would prefer, these tiny grids, but unfortunately you can't get a notebook in this size in a grid very easily. So I've got the next 3 weeks, and then it starts the bullet journal style structure. So I've got a double spread for notes, and then when I fill up this note spread, I'll start a new one on the next fresh page. I've got a shopping list, wish list, you know, stuff like that. I've got my repeat tasks which I've washi taped in from my Vanderspec, and I can flip out so that I can see it when I have my diary open, my diary pages. I've got more pages. I've got a transfer thing that I will stick sticky notes on, that if I've written a note that I need to transfer to one of my other Filofaxes, I can stick it on there and transfer it later. I've got some reference notes, stuff like that. This is temporary planning, so obviously this is a bound book. I can't take pages out if it's something that is going to be only temporary, so I'm going to stick it on here. This will be temporary information or planning on a sticky note that I can move to the diary if necessary, which is what I'll be doing with this one, or keep in here and then throw away when I don't need it. And near future to-dos or ideas. This is like GTD's someday maybe, but I don't like the idea of calling it someday maybe because that implies I don't have to do it anytime soon. Near future implies that I have to do it within the next month or so, and then a lot of more blank pages. So I've coloured the edge of the pages like life mapping so that I can find a page quickly, because if I know that I wrote it on the left hand side and it was an organisation list, it will be on the left side in purple, and I know it was about halfway down the page, so I'll just find the one that was halfway down the page and it was purple. Yeah, that's just about it. Yeah, I'm going to go now. I've got to pack. I'm going to London tomorrow, so I'm going to go. Thank you for watching. I don't have anything else in the pockets yet, but I can fill them up as I want to. And I'm going to use a pen that is pencil and ballpoint black pen from Muji, all in one. Hopefully fits in that pen loop, so that I can write in pencil on my diary and then come back and write it in the relevant colour and rub out the pencil later, and then write in pen on the other bits. So yeah, there we go. Thank you for watching. Bye.